Are these your bags?
Yes.
Did you pack them yourself?
Yes.
And do you know what's inside?
Yes.
Great. Well, yeah.
Customs and Border Protection officers have stopped a female passenger arriving on a flight from Vancouver.
Canadian Customs spoke to this passenger on the way out of Canada, and they had some concerns that she might be carrying narcotics, so they passed that information on to us. So did they have a look in?
Absolutely.
They had a look in this as well?
They looked, I'm telling you, they opened this up. They opened anything. They opened every single pocket in my jeans.
The passenger is adamant she is not concealing any narcotics. But Australian Customs and Border Protection officers have immediately found a reason to be concerned.
I've just been informed that a swab's been taken off the seat where she was sitting in the aircraft, and that was positive for heroin. So I guess that's going to lead into some further questioning now.
The woman has travelled to Cuba, England and now Australia over the last few months and says she is staying at a friend's parents' house for the duration of her 3-month stay.
Is it in Sydney or?
No, it's like an hour north.
Oh, okay.
I haven't been here before, so.
Yeah, how are you going to get there?
He's picking me up. I'm getting.
Oh, it's a friend of yours?
Okay, you're going to question me again. I just knew.
Oh no, I'm trying to lead you into it so I don't ask you.
But I met him in August, and we're both like, life's too short.
Yeah.
Why not get married?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
In Canada, you got engaged, or here?
Yeah, no, in Canada. He came to Canada for a week, and then he was on a 2-year visa in England.
Yep.
That's where we met.
Yep.
And he came back here to get his Canadian visa because we met and we plan on getting married.
Why not?
So that's why I'm here. So he's here. I do have his phone number if you want to call him.
He's outside, or?
He better be. But I'm so excited. I'm in Australia.
Officer Zach then discovers several packets of cigarettes in her bag.
Before we look any further, Alicia, any more of these scattered through there?
Yeah.
Yeah? How many would you say in total?
The amount of tobacco the woman is carrying will be counted to see if it exceeds the 50 cigarette limit that applies to all passengers. But the result of the swab test from her suitcase is of much greater concern. In Melbourne, this Malaysian man is waiting to be questioned by immigration. He's arrived holding a tourist visa, but they suspect he's here for more than just a holiday.
Customs opened up his bag and found all sorts of resumes, pay slips, and things like that. And there is a strict no work condition on this visa. We think he's probably here to work, and if he is, then he shouldn't be here. Okay, good morning. So, interpreter, can you understand Ramesh?
Yes.
Okay. Why have you come to Australia?
Malaysia, Australia so நான் actually
I came to visit my uncle in Melbourne.
Okay. Now, Ramesh, in your bags, you had a lot of addresses of potential employers and websites for jobs. And you also have an application here for a job as a skilled boner, slaughterer and labourer in a butcher's shop. Is this correct?
Application தான் நான் போட்டுருக்கேன் ஆனா அதுக்கு வந்து எனக்கு ரிப்ளை கிடைக்கல பாருங்க.
It is at the stage of me putting in the application. I haven't got any response or reply from them yet.
Okay. So the purpose of your visit is to obtain a job. Is this correct?
Uncle visit பண்ணிட்டு நான் வேலை இன்டர்வியூ பண்றதுக்கு.
After visiting my uncle, I will try to attend some interviews.
With Ramez's admission to looking for employment in Australia, does this mean he intends to work illegally in breach of his tourist visa? At the mail centre in Sydney, Customs and Border Protection Officer Kane is screening incoming packages for any subtle signs that there could be something illegal hidden within. And this package has caught his eye.
It's got a package, it's from Canada. It's described as a toy computer. It's just a border inside the package where the toy is that I'm a little concerned about. There's enough there to warrant a further examination.
The package is taken to the testing room, and once opened by Australia Post, there are immediate signs that something is not as it seems.
Right, got a card attached to the front of this package. It says to Marshall from Uncle Marshall. It just seems very strange. There's also the sender. It doesn't match the name on the card, so there's some inconsistencies there.
The present appears to match the declaration of a children's toy laptop. But it seems to have come with a nasty accessory. After being suspected of carrying narcotics by Canadian authorities and searched, this passenger was allowed to board her flight. But on arrival in Australia, Customs and Border Protection officers have carried out swab tests and received positive readings for traces of heroin.
With this one, it came back positive for traces of heroin. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
You gotta be joking me.
So we're going to run a second test.
So that's why they gave me such a hard time. They said, what if we told you that there was traces? And I said, well, it's not my bag.
Right.
And they said, what does your bag look like? I said, honey, he goes, do you ever do heroin? I said, never in my life. I said, I'll pee on anything.
Watch your hands.
This was my mom's bag.
All right. What we're going to do is we'll pop it through the X-ray, all right?
Okay.
And have a look.
Oh my gosh. That's wrong.
Thanks, Mike.
The suitcase will be X-rayed and the lining checked for any possible concealments. And while a second swab test of the case returns a negative result, the passenger is becoming increasingly upset.
Oh my God, it was my mom's bag.
Right.
Oh my God, it was my mom's bag. Like, my mom didn't do that. Oh my God, that's why they... Oh my God.
Anyway, we'll X-ray. We'll see how we go. Don't get too upset about it at this stage.
I am, because I don't know how. That's why they kept saying, oh God, it makes sense. My dad's gonna have a heart attack.
But despite the woman's ongoing denials, when officers take a closer look at the X-ray of her suitcase, they are concerned when one of the corners looks very different to the others.
Oh my God.
When passengers arrive at our international airports, there is clear signage, as well as biosecurity officers warning passengers that all food and plant material must be declared.
We've got a non-declarant coming in from Hong Kong with organic material. There could be fresh food, so we're just finding out.
The bag search does reveal some plant material. The passenger has prohibited fresh ginger in his bags.
So you're an Australian resident? Yep. That is your signature, and you said no to this, and we've just found fresh ginger. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is totally prohibited. You have breached the Quarantine Act, because I've just gone through our 7 questions with you, and you said no, but this is fresh. And you understood the card, okay?
Ginger in this form can be planted and grown, which means it poses a high risk to our environment, with the possibility of introducing new pests and disease.
He's lived in Australia and is an Australian resident for 20 years, so I'd say he obviously knows the rules, and we have discovered this fresh ginger, which he has non-declared on his incoming passenger card. Is this from Hong Kong or China?
Hong Kong.
At the International Mail Centre in Sydney, Officer Kane is inspecting a parcel that is posing as a gift containing a children's laptop, but with a nasty surprise.
There you have it. Nothing too complex on the concealment front. There's some strange white powder just sitting in the toy computer there. Question will be, what is that?
The next thing to do is to confirm that it is an illegal import by testing the substance using the hazmat machine.
So it's a substance identifier. It's pre-programmed with numerous substances.
And it's not long before the machine gives a result.
It's given us an indication that there is MDMA. So MDMA is commonly called ecstasy. It's in ecstasy tablets, although often there's various drugs inside those tablets. So that pure powder will more than likely be used in tablet form, and it'll often be mixed down and cut with other agents.
It is a good find by Officer Kane, considering the original X-ray only showed a very faint outline of the concealment.
Yeah, good here. An interesting detection. Anytime we find narcotics, which this is included in, we transfer the goods to the Australian Federal Police and they follow up with their inquiries.
This Malaysian man is being questioned by immigration on the suspicion he's here to find a job and possibly remain in the country illegally.
So are you telling me that you have come to Australia to work?
அப்படின்னு இன்டர்வியூ செய்யாம நான் எப்படி வேலை செய்ய முடியும்?
Not to say I want to work. How can I work without getting an interview?
But is the purpose of the interview so you can work?
அப்படி இன்டர்வியூல வந்து எனக்கு வேலை ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிட்டாங்க நானு.
Assuming
Yeah.
I get through the interview,
Yeah.
and if I'm confirmed that I could work, I will go to Malaysian immigration office to apply for a work permit.
You've come to Australia to apply for a job. Is that correct?
வேலை தேடிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு பக்கத்து இருந்தானே.
In a way, yes, but I can only do anything with a work permit.
I don't understand what is the problem.
Your visa is a 3-month visa, but it is for tourism purposes. It does not allow you to work.
This Canadian woman is upset that she is being investigated for possible drug concealment, as her suitcase, which she says belongs to her recently deceased mother, is X-rayed.
We're gonna do what called 219. Somebody's gonna frisk you. It's a frisk search, just to see if you have anything in your body. You don't have anything inserted in your body.
No.
Okay, just take it easy. Would you like a sip? Would you like a sip? You just have to, because we have 2 readings, we've got to check. Okay?
On the X-ray, one of the corners of her suitcase looks different to the others. And on closer inspection, officers can see what could be causing it. Once the lining is opened up, there are broken pieces all through one corner of the case.
We've had a further look into what we thought was a concealment of the suitcase, and it appears to be negative.
Yeah. Is it okay? Yeah. I'm just going here, okay?
With the suitcase clear, the passenger agrees to a frisk search to make sure there are no narcotics concealed on her body, while a swab test is taken of the outside of a bottle of juice she has brought as a present for her Australian fiancé. And it gives yet another positive reading. In Melbourne, this Malaysian man has said even though he's looking for employment, he will not work illegally on his tourist visa.
He claims that if he is successful with the interview, he'll go back to Malaysia, get his wife to come out here on the right visa. I'm not satisfied that that's what he's going to do. It's our job here at the airport to try and work out the bona fides. Are they here as a genuine tourist?
Besides working, Officer Robert is concerned if allowed into Australia, Rames will remain in the country unlawfully.
He's got web addresses, he's got phone numbers.
So he's been found in possession with all these addresses of places.
This was in his bag. These were in his bag, yeah.
So I think what we should do is start to write up a notice of intention to consider cancellation.
Rames is issued with the notice, and now it's his opportunity to convince Officer Robert that he's here as a genuine tourist.
Please explain to me why you think that I should not cancel the visa.
So இங்க வந்து permanent resident ஆவறதுக்கு நான் வந்து ஒரு வேலை கிடைக்குமா?
I'm not here seeking any permanent residency. I'm just looking for opportunities like okay, a job to work here. I did not hide anything from you.
Okay. The concern that we have and the reason that we have issued this notice is that we do not think that you are here as a genuine tourist.
Can Officer Robert be certain Rames will keep to his word and not look for work if he allows him to enter the country? This passenger is facing a fine of up to $220 for not declaring his prohibited raw ginger.
The card, it's in his language, and he understood everything, even question 6 where it says any food, fresh or dry, and he still ticked no.
If the passenger had declared his ginger, it would have been seized, but he would not be facing a fine.
This ginger weighs 1.2 kilos. It's not like it's a little piece. So unfortunately, this is a fine today of $220. Because this is serious, because it's fresh.
Not fresh. This is
yes, it's fresh. It's fresh, sir. It's fresh.
Vegetable.
This is fresh.
How much? How much?
It's 220 Australian dollars.
Ah, too expensive.
There's no excuse.
The passenger decides to pay the fine, and biosecurity hopes he's learned from his mistake.
So we'll just get you to go back to the barrier.
A frisk search of this Canadian passenger has proved negative. But a swab of a bottle of juice she has brought with her as a gift has given a reading for ephedrine, a precursor for making drugs such as ice.
I live with my ex.
Oh, okay.
We have children together.
Oh, really?
He's making good money, yes.
Yeah.
And we still have a shared bank account.
I see.
And that's what I do.
All right. So. Yeah.
And that's the
Money
God's
that you
honest truth.
both
I know
saved.
they
Yeah.
questioned that too in Vancouver, and I was like, there's certain things I don't, not that I don't want to answer because I have anything to hide. It's just my life is complicated. I still live with my ex. We have children. We make it work.
Yeah.
Chris knows about it, and honestly, yeah, that's how I got money.
Very good.
But when the woman is told the juice she is carrying has tested positive for a prohibited substance, she is shocked.
No way.
You had any explanation?
No, it's store flip and bought. It's sealed and everything. This is like a nightmare. That is insane.
Further tests will need to be carried out to determine if the juice does contain a prohibited substance.
I can't believe this is the worst day of my life. But welcome to Australia, right?
My contention is this is a tourist visa. Have the right visa when you come into Australia. If you are on the wrong visa, you could be turned around and sent home. We don't like doing this, but that's all part of the job that we do.
Immigration officer Robert has made his final decision. Has Ramesh convinced him that he will not work while in Australia?
Ramesh, I have decided to cancel your visa. I am satisfied that the visa holder does not have a substantial incentive to return to Malaysia. I find that the grounds for cancellation and reasons for cancellation outweigh any reasons not to cancel. You are now an unlawful non-citizen, and for that reason you are being detained in immigration detention.
Ramesh is still adamant he's doing nothing wrong.
I really very disappointed. Because if this is the way, this is the rules, they follow the rules and regulation, but sometimes he will close his eyes. Then
he has not provided any information to me which would satisfy me that he's here as a genuine tourist. None whatsoever. If he's here to work, there are work visas, he should go through the normal process and make sure he fulfills all the requirements for a work visa.
After her seat on the flight and her suitcase tested positive for traces of heroin, Customs and Border Protection officers conducted a thorough search of this Canadian passenger's belongings and a frisk search, but found no prohibited substances other than a large amount of tobacco.
This has been like unbelievable. I'm so tired. I would need a cigarette. Flipping cigarette.
But now, a swab of the outside of a bottle of juice she is carrying has tested positive for ephedrine. Officers will now carry out a narcotics test to ensure it's not what's inside the bottle that's causing the result.
So for the ephedrine, we want no No change, pretty much. That's just a no change. That's negative. So we're pretty happy with that.
They tested the inside of it.
Okay.
Took a small sample. It's completely fine.
Okay,
Yep.
so what happened with the, you said
Look,
some trace of something.
I don't know where you got your bags from, or maybe where the bottles rubbed up against, or yeah.
Thank you.
The final matter that needs to be resolved is the amount of tobacco the passenger is carrying. She now has to pay tax on the 925 extra cigarettes she brought with her.
In Australian dollars?
Are you kidding me? I'm not paying that.
No.
All but 50 of the cigarettes will be destroyed, and the passenger is free to go.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Enjoy Australia.